The purpose of this screencast is to show you around some of the features of my website so that you can see what resources are available to help kids learn. So the first thing you'll notice when you pop up onto the homepage is the announcements bar. That might include like links or videos or reminders, just any kind of important information that I want students to be able to access quickly and easily. Below that are a few other important links. The first one here is a quick link to Schoology. You could actually click it and it'll open right up in a new tab. That's a learning management system that we'll use for some kinds of stations and activities throughout the year. The next one is the online textbook. You can click that and it'll open right up into that tab. The online textbook has a change this year. What's awesome about it is all students will follow the same username and password, which is posted right here. MHK7 student for the username and capital C Cougar 2014 for the password. So students can access the textbook for both social studies and science anywhere using that username and password. Below that are the reminders that have been sent out for the Remind service, which is a service students or parents can sign up for where they would get either email or text reminders about homework or activities going on in class. So that would go to your email address or cell phone if you had signed up for that, but also all of those reminders are posted right away onto my website. So even if you don't sign up for that service, if you're not interested, you still have access to that information. Up on the main menu board here, there's some links that'll be there 100% of the time, and then other times I will post links for activities that we're working on in class that I want students to be able to access quickly. For example, the learner profile was an activity we've been working on. We started last week, and I know a couple of students still have to finish up. So I left that link there so students could access that quickly, but once everyone is done with it, I will be taking it down. The next link on the main menu is the 7th grade social studies calendar. There's a lot of information on there that's organized into a calendar format, but can really help kids if they're absent or if they are looking for materials for homework. There are two calendars here, the 7SS and then the 7SST. That's for my period 7 class, and these are for my period 1, 4, and 5 class. If you were interested in adding these events and reminders to your personal Google Calendar, you can actually click that button and they'll come right into yours. They're already present on mine, as you can see, but if they were not present on yours, they would immediately become present. And you could go into your calendar settings to disable that at the end of the year. Each day, there's a lesson topic posted, and on dates that there are homework assignments due, there would be a due date with the homework information, and on dates of assessments, it would say prep, and then the information about the assessment. I'll show you, on Monday we did a lesson on jigsaw preparation, and it has the topic, the date, and then any materials we used in class. So like the evidence log here, if you click more details, you should be able to click that link so that it would pop right up, and you could either file and download so that you would have all of those documents as either Microsoft Word or a PDF, whichever you were used to using. And you also could just click the print icon and print right from your own home computer. Pretty good resource for those kids who tend to lose papers, and I always tell the kids that I was one of those kids when I was their age, so that's something that could be useful. If you take a look in the homework page there, this was a homework assignment that was due on Tuesday, September 23rd. It has a description of the assignment. There were two options. There was an electronic and a paper option there. And again, these links could be copied and pasted into a new tab. Or if you click the more details button, you could see all of the attachments that go along with the homework. So this one was a PowerPoint that was attached that had some links that students could use and kind of a more colorful description of the homework. But it also had a video in there that kids could watch by double-clicking it. Today we're going to explore the road and hearing me talk about some of the information that was in the homework. So by clicking that more details button, you would get all of those links, all of those attachments. But I do try to put everything here as well. And I'll show you what a prep one looks like. This was for a vocabulary quiz that was given last week. And then I also added a link in there for the resources that kids could use to study for the quiz. So that's a pretty powerful resource and has a lot in there for people. So I would definitely recommend that kids get used to using that. This one is just a sign up for those Remind social studies reminders, and that gives you a couple of options for how to sign up and some information about the service and why it is a safe service. Below that are the warm-ups. If these aren't popping right up onto your screen, you may have a little gray shield here. If that happens, you can just click the gray shield and they would pop right up. Each day in class, students do a warm-up question, and then those are collected every 10 classes and used as an assessment of students' ability to write about content on a daily basis. I post the questions up here so that if a student is absent or comes to class late or has band, they're able to access those. And those are in the same format. The 7th period are on the bottom, and the 1st, 4th, and 5th periods are up here on top. Below warm-ups are web walls. These are collections of website resources that are broken down into unit, and then there's some that are specific to skills. Like there's a research web wall, one for finding multimedia, reading, writing, vocabulary, current events, etc. These guys, what the kids can do is they can use these little scroll bars to look through each of these resources. And there's a lot there. I would not expect that one kid would sit there and go through every single one of them. But there's a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of games, a lot of websites that are related to the content we're studying. If the kid has a few minutes at home one night, I do suggest that this is a good way to get familiar with the content on a level that kids want to do and that they're familiar with. So, something to think about. Below that are resources. These are 2 folders. They're Google document folders that contain stations, notes, and resources for each of the units. And if you look here, these are all public. This is basically all of the documents that are used in class. So if a student is absent and they are unable to find some of the materials, this is where everything should be posted. It's in alphabetical order. So as long as they know what they're looking for, they again could open, they could download, or print right from these screens. Below that is the homework and events, but that actually every day's homework links right back to that other calendar. So that's available for students to take a look at there as well. But that 7th grade social studies calendar contains all the same information. I just like the organization of that way better. Below that is the 7th grade social studies syllabus, which will be available all year. It's just a document of information about the content. And below that is the Prezi from Open House. I will take that down a little while after Open House, but I wanted it to be available for parents who were unable to attend. Thanks for listening and checking out all of these resources. As always, please email me with any questions or anything that you need.